Throughout the MonsterVerse, Titans have come and gone, rising and falling in an attempt to claim the title of King of the Monsters, taking it away from the two Alpha Titans, Godzilla and Kong. The Mutos, Skullcrawlers, Ghidorah, and so much more have tried and failed to take them down. But little did we know that beneath the mantle was a Titan that had been plotting from the darkness to take over the surface world. The Skar King, trapped beneath the surface of the Earth following the war between the Kongs and the Godzillas. He awaited, enslaving his race and making them work day in, day out, torturing them and transforming many of them into soldiers for his great ape army. His chance of escape came with the arrival of Kong, who accidentally opened up the pathway to the surface, which gave Skar the opportunity to take his war pet Shimo to try take over the planet and make way for the next Ice Age. However, he met his end when Shimo froze the Red Conqueror and Kong smashed him to pieces, ending his reign of terror there and then, leaving Kong to free the great apes that have suffered for millennia. But what if Skar King didn't die? In fact, what if Skar killed Godzilla and Kong, leaving him and Shimo to claim the Earth as his own? What would happen? Well, today, we're gonna find out. But first, we'd like to take a minute talking about an even bigger monster, bad habits. We want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Fume. Bad habits. We all have them, but some are worse than others. One of the biggest, vaping. It's a destructive force, not just for your health, but for your wallet and the world around you. That's why I want to introduce you to Fume, an award-winning nicotine-free solution designed to help people break bad habits without any of the harmful stuff. No smoke, no vapor, no toxic chemicals, just flavored air that engages your senses in a healthier way. And I cannot stress enough, it is not a vape. Instead, Fume uses essential oils and scented airflow to help satisfy cravings while keeping your lungs free from damage. And the best part? No batteries, no charging, and no hassle. You can use it anywhere, anytime, no worrying about running out of power. Plus, the build quality is top-notch. Made from durable metal and wood, it feels super premium. And if you're like me, you'll love the fact it doubles as a fidget tool. The magnetic clicks and snaps make it ridiculously satisfying to play with. Customization is also a huge win. You can choose from a variety of flavors like crisp mint or raspberry lemon. Personally, I love the mint. It gives you that same ice-cold feeling as Shimo's frost breath. Fume isn't just a personal tool. It's a doctor-backed alternative that can help anyone looking to move past bad habits. And it's better for your wallet too, at 1/3 the cost of your unhealthy habits. This year, maybe it's time to make a change. Even the biggest titans can evolve. So if you're ready to leave bad habits behind, tame your cravings, and choose a healthier path. Join over 300,000 other people that Fume has helped kick their nasty habits. Try Fume today by heading over to tryfume.com/DangerVille or scan the QR code on screen to get a free Fume topper with any order of a journey pack. Thank you, Fume, for sponsoring our video. Now, let's get back to the Titans. First, let's consider the immediate environmental consequences of Skar's victory. Without the Alpha Titans, there was no one to stop Shimo from blocking out the sun, causing the global climate to change permanently. With the Earth's primary source of light and heat gone, global temperatures would plummet, and without sunlight, photosynthesis would stop, triggering a global collapse in plant life. This sudden environmental shift would lead to a rapid decline in food production, especially in regions most reliant on agriculture. The Earth would fall into a new ice age as temperatures drop and glaciers expand. Severe winds would engulf the world, and the once thriving ecosystem would be replaced by a frozen wasteland. Desperate for survival, the human population would struggle to adapt to this harsh, unrelenting cold. While the world descends into an ice age, Skar King's wrath would devastate humanity. As the Alpha Titan, he would exterminate most of the human population, either through targeted attacks or the harsh conditions he creates. Cities would be destroyed, and any remaining resistance would be crushed beneath his power. Although humanity wouldn't just sit and let Skar King take over. In a last-ditch attempt to save themselves, they fire the Oxygen Destroyer, which is sure to put an end to the Red Conqueror. The missiles fly high into the air and begins plummeting down directly on Skar King's location. However, in the chaos, his sharp eyes catch the incoming threat overhead and orders Shimo to fire at the bomb with her ice breath. The sky ignites in a blinding flash, an earth-shaking detonation engulfs the sky. And just like that, there goes humanity's last hope of victory. However, not all of humanity would meet such a swift end. Skar King has a cruel, twisted mind. He enjoys tormenting the weak and would capture survivors to torture for his own amusement, kind of like a human ant farm. Skar King had heard stories of the ascendance of humanity, how their kind was growing rapidly, and he hated how the Kongs were growing more and more friendly with them. He saw a future where the Titans would be replaced by humanity, and he swore to never let that happen. So these puny humans would be forced into servitude, treated as little more than pets to entertain and serve their monstrous overlord. Imagine the streets of once great cities, bustling with life, hopes and dreams, now filled with death and enslaved survivors, forced to live under the watchful eye of Skar King, resorting to primal-like instincts in order to survive. The Kongs, once protectors of their land, would now be put to work for Skar King. These mighty titans would serve as tools to shape the earth into a world that reflects Skar King's wants and needs. Using their immense strength, they would be forced to carve out mountains, level cities, and reshape the very surface of the planet, creating a kingdom of fear and darkness in Skar King's image. Their resistance would be futile. With Shimo by his side, no Kong would be able to escape their forced labor. The once proud Kong species would become pawns in Skar King's twisted vision, forever enslaved to do his bidding. With the fall of the great Alpha Titans, Godzilla and Kong, the Earth would no longer have its powerful protectors. Without these titans, a new generation of monsters might rise to challenge Skar King's reign. Behemoth, Methuselah, Rodan, and so much more could emerge to fill that power vacuum, led by none other than Mothra, the queen of the monsters herself. She would lead the Titans into battle with the remnants of Monarch who had been hiding out in the Hollow Earth, and together they go to war with Skar King, Shimo, and the Great Ape Warriors. The battle would be legendary, leaving permanent scars in the very face of the Earth, wiping entire continents off the map. Rodan's flying capabilities would prove to be a massive advantage against Skar King, especially in the normal gravity of the planet's surface, swooping down and taking out individual apes before heading for the king himself. But in a snap, Skar would point the crystal at Rodan, making Shimo open fire on the fire demon. With his magma capabilities, he resists as long as he can, but with a final agonized cry, he plummets to the ground, shattering into pieces upon impact. Although, as Shimo is distracted, Mothra takes the opportunity to head straight for Skar King. Wings slicing through the air, pincers drawn, and she pierces his skin. He tries to swat her off, but with her speed, she manages to dodge the attacks, though she too ends up falling at the hands of Shimo, and without Godzilla to power up, her essence fades to the wind. Despite heavy losses, Skar King still remains victorious, thanks to the mother of all titans, Shimo, who was able to dominate any challenges that dare face her master. This leaves us with a devastated world, one completely void of life, governed with fear, hate, pain, torment, and everlasting darkness, all because one conqueror became obsessed with taking over the surface. His rule would last for thousands of years before all life above the Hollow Earth was extinguished, and with no hope of a human uprising, Skar's work would be done, and he could return to the lush green realm of the Hollow Earth. What's left of humanity, hidden in the mountains or deep underground, might long for rebellion, but with dwindling numbers, they can only dream. The Earth would belong to Skar King, and the Age of Titans would give way to an era shrouded in shadow. In conclusion, if Skar King defeated Godzilla and Kong, the Earth would fall into a brutal, endless winter, a world of chaos and destruction. The Kongs remain enslaved, and humanity would be reduced to nothing more than pets. The Titans like Mothra, Rodan, Behemoth, and many others may rise to fight back the Red Conqueror, but none would be tough enough to take down Shimo. The world would never be the same again. It would be a planet ruled by fear, darkness, and ice. A world where Skar King reigns supreme. So let's just be thankful that Skar King was beaten to smithereens on that day. The actions of our two Alpha Titans saved all life as we know it on the surface. But maybe one day, another great ape, inspired by the legend of Kong, will rise up and try to take control away from Skar King to fight for a better future, one of freedom and hope. Before we go, we asked you residents on Twitter what you would think would happen if Skar King defeated Kong and Godzilla. And this is what you had to say. Follow us at DangerVille Team for a chance to be featured on the channel. Would you like to see Skar King again, perhaps in a prequel? Let us know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe and stomp the notification button to become a resident of DangerVille today. Thanks again Fume for sponsoring today's video. We'd love if you check out the link because we really do support this cause. I've been Alistair, and we'll see you residents in the next one.